Alright, so now let's take a close look at your online practice review 3. Let's take a look at the very first blank we have here. So the very first one we have here, it is something like, most of those fans probably don't know is that these races have a very long history. So as you can see here is the verb of the sentence. And in the beginning, most of those fans probably don't know. For this part, there'll be the subject. So you have to think about how to make this part into a noun. And as we can see here, most of those fans probably don't know. So they don't know something. So there will be something there. So which is the thing which most of those fans probably don't know. Or the thing that most of those fans probably don't know is da da da. And as we can see here, the thing which can also be used as what. All right, so you can also use what. So what most of those fans probably don't know. So what here, it refers to something, right? So what those fans probably don't know is that these races have a very long history. Then for the second one, they are named after an ancient Greek town. Okay, they are named after an ancient Greek town. So name after actually is a phrase that you can memorize. So you use something, you use the name after that. Okay, so named after an ancient Greek town. Then we can move on to number 10 here. So for the sentence here it says, winning is not the most important thing. The journey is the most important. So here, winning is not the most important thing, but the journey is the most important. Or you can say winning is not the most important thing. Rather, right, if you use a transitional word we have here, you can use the word like rather, the journey is the most important. Or you can say instead, the journey is the most important. So winning is not the most important thing. Rather, the journey is the most important. Or you can say winning is not the most important thing. Instead, the journey is the most important. Then let's move on to number 11 we have here. A lot of people choose thanks to, but for the word thanks to, you have to put a noun behind. But as you can see, if you choose thanks to the lockdown in many countries that have contained the spread of the disease. And in this case, you can see there will be no verb for this sentence. So that's why for this one, we will choose the one, it is that, all right? So if you still remember the sentence pattern, it is what, that what. Okay, it is that. So it is that. So it is the lockdown. So the lockdowns here will be something I want to highlight, all right? So it is the lockdowns that have contained the spread of the disease. So that's why for this sentence, we choose it is something that to emphasize something. In this case, we want to emphasize the lockdowns, right? So it is that, it is that. So probably you can also write down the sentence pattern here. So it is what? So usually there'll be something that you want to highlight, you want to emphasize. Then let's move on to number 12. Sandra took her son to the hospital as soon as she watched him throwing up. So if you still remember throw up, which means like vomit, right? You throw up your food, like you vomit. So in this case, I think it's impossible for Sandra to keep her son throwing up. There will be something quite weird, right? So it should be like she found her son throwing up, right? So find someone doing something or done something, or like you put an adjective behind, right? And in this case, we don't choose make or let. Firstly, the meaning is quite weird. And also grammatically, it is also wrong. You make someone, right, do something, and then you let someone do something as well. But it's kind of weird. You make someone throw up, or you let someone throw up. So which means, like, in terms of grammar, it is not correct. And also in terms of meaning, it's not correct. Then let's move on to the next one. The lab will inform patients of the result of their test within 7 days. So here we will say the phrase like inform someone of something, or you remind someone of something, just like the word accuse someone of something. All right. So here are some of the verbs. Usually we'll use the preposition of. Accuse someone of something, or you inform someone, you tell someone, you give someone some kind of information, or you remind someone of something. Okay, so here are the phrases that you should remember now. Accuse someone of something, inform someone of something, and remind someone of something. All right, so basically here are some of the questions probably you will have for your online practice. So if you still have any other question, you can